And now the Congress's structured response on the BJP's manifesto. Abhishek Manu Singhvi speaking live.
Actually talked about it for the last 12 months on record. It's the number one point in our detailed action agenda. A new future for the hands that build India. And we thank the BJP for endorsing what we have already said. Then, National Youth Advisory Council. What about the National Youth Commission created by the UPA and already functioning? I can understand that we will do this or we will do that. We will improve it like this or improve it like that. But you are talking of creation of this and that when they are already functioning. National Health Assurance Mission. We have already highest budgetary allocation, more than any NDA or indeed most previous UPA or Congress governments also. And we have proclaimed the national right to health. But let me go further, friends. There is another aspect. Manifestos are intended to be promises to be fulfilled, commitments. But manifestos are also having always some things which are specifically, as far as the BJP concerned, intended not to be fulfilled. It's a promise to the people that these are things which we will promise and not fulfill. Why do I say that? You'll remember in the 2004, in the 1999 manifesto, there were the same three buzzwords, perhaps without which the RSS doesn't allow the release of the manifesto. That is Article 370, Ayodhya Temple and Uniform Civil Code. Same three buzzwords, again you find now. Same you found in 99, same you found in 2004, same you found in 2009. Now we don't want to get into a debate about UCC or Ayodhya or 370. The short point is it not the charam seema of hypocrisy that one day after you assumed power in 99, you proclaimed that we are taking these three things and putting them in an ornamental cold storage. So just like you remember Ram only during elections, you make manifesto promises only not to fulfill them. Because you did not move your small little finger in your 6 years, small little finger. And you specifically said that this is not our agenda anymore because we are NDA, we are not BJP. As if anybody expected the BJP to form the government in 99 on its own. Then, also please see some of the other facets. And as I said, we thank them for the compliment they've given us, for the flattery they've done, because there is no better form than copying, imitation, endorsement, conduct which is identical to ours. Just give two or three examples, let us see, friends. Modi says, launch of manifesto is not just a ritual for us, and neither is it just a simple document, it is a holy document for us. This is apparently exactly what Mrs. Sonia Gandhi said, and I think many of you might have been present. I don't know whether you are copying the verbal also, the audio also, the visual also, and the written also. Even copying can be intelligent. Now, Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi said something even more interesting. He says that we created a website to get suggestions to prepare our manifesto. And we got more than 1 lakh suggestions online. And we also met artisans and fishermen and so on and so forth. I want to ask a few questions. Firstly, as you know, these are public official consultations under the glare, many of them under your glare of media lights, which Mr. Rahul Gandhi did from 2013 early for almost a year. And it is the dates and the details are given in our manifesto, otherwise they are recorded. But that apart, we want to know from the BJP who are the witnesses to these consultations. Where did they consult, when and whom? Have you heard of Mr. Modi holding any consultation? Which set of BJP leaders were consulting? Mr. Rahul Gandhi's consultation were in public, and you have recorded them on your candid cameras. So let us, this is the height of fraud and hypocrisy upon the nation.
It's democracy's largest exercise, and Assam and Tripura are doing the honours today as they vote in the first phase of polling that kicked off today. Voting is currently on for 6 constituencies in the 2 states. The Congress, the BJP, the Trinamool Congress, AIUDF, AGP and the left parties are the main contenders in these 2 states. There are 51 candidates in the fray, prominent among them being Union Minister Rani Nara, Pavan Singh Ghatowar, Chief Minister of Assam Tarun Gogoi's son Gaurav Gogoi and BJP State President Sarbananda Sonowal. This is the first time in 3 decades that polls are being held here with no boycott call from Alpha militants. The security forces are still taking no chances, today being the foundation day of the Alpha. Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi spoke to Headlines today as Assam went to the polls today.
I have with me the Chief Minister of Assam, Mr. Tarun Gogoi. Sir, how confident are you of the Congress wave retaining itself in Assam?
I'm more confident. This time I'm more relaxed. That's why yesterday I went to see what you call natural, the Kaziranga also. I enjoyed the beauty of the Kaziranga. Then I concerned about the...
Are you completely dismissing any BJP wave, considering the fact that their prime ministerial candidate has campaigned extensively in the northeast?
No wave, this is a moody wave. And that's why he's attacking me too much. I'm very happy. I welcome his attack so that I can also counter-attack him. I also know how to fight Modi also. I'm also happy that I'm fighting the BJP's God. Hara Hara Mahadev is the Modi also. I'm very happy that an ordinary man from Assam is fighting a God of BJP's God.
So he claims that the development that you have done in Assam is in fact very hollow, and the fact that people are generally very upset with the way the administration has functioned over the last 10 years.
You see, my many performance is much better than Modi's. What about the women literacy? What about the employment of women also? What is the health index? Education. My index much higher than the Modi. Modi is very good in propaganda. Outside, you can see all these newspaper also. Modi's meet. Today also I have given all the facts and figure. Modi is a very good propagandist. RSS, of course, as you know, they are expert. You see? That's why I must say.
So my last question to you, your son is in the fray and you've been, they say that it's a safe seat because it's your traditional bastion. What do you have to say to that?
Not a safe seat. I also lost there also. I don't say it is a safe seat. No seat can be termed as a safe seat. It is the work done. People of Assam, by and large, happy with me. Yes, I must say, I feel very proud. I am very fortunate also. All sections, any communities, even the younger boys, even the colleges, the universities also. I am popular, though I am not an actor, film actor, but still, I do at least some the attention.
Mr. Gogoi, thank you so much for speaking with Headlines today. That was the Chief Minister of Assam speaking with Headlines today, saying that there is in fact absolutely no Modi wave in the northeast. He is confident of a victory in the state. He says that the Congress will in fact retain its stronghold of the northeast, dismissing and busting any claims that Modi might have made in his election campaign in the past few months. With camera person Ankur Arora, this is Rishika Barua reporting from Jorhat for Headlines today.
লোকসভার ভোট বিধানসভার চাইতে একটু কম হয় কিন্তু আমার ধারণা তারপরও ভালো হবে আমাদের অপেক্ষা করতে হবে সবেমাত্র তো 2-3 ঘন্টা হলো
Rishika Barua is live with us from Jorhat in Assam. Rishika, what's the latest? At noon it was about 35% voting. What's the latest right now?
Well, absolutely. Voting is underway in 5 constituencies in Assam and 1 constituency in Tripura. And with that, the 16th Lok Sabha elections have in fact been kicked off. 5 of the 14 constituencies go to polls in the state of Assam today. We are standing right now at Jorhat, where there has been a 6-time Congress MP who's been in power. And while the BJP does present itself as a challenger, it hasn't really been able to alter the power dynamics of the Congress party in in parts of northeast India. So, Narendra Modi coming here and campaigning extensively in northeastern India, and Rahul Gandhi coming here and campaigning in northeastern India,
Yes.
it remains to be seen whether Modi's development pitch that he's made, the anti-corruption pitch that he's made, whether people are actually buying into that, or whether traditional voting patterns in the state of Assam continue to dominate these elections. The voter turnout, I'd just like to point out here, has been low. There has been an average of only 35% of voters who have turned out to vote as of 2 p.m. This is the data that we have so far. But however, we are hoping that in the next 2 to 3 hours, as before in fact elections close, before in fact polling booths close down, more and more people will come out to exercise their franchise. Key constituency of Kolyabor is in fact close to Jorhat, which is where Gaurav Gogoi, the son of Tarun Gogoi, is fighting elections from the first time. It is known to be a traditional Gogoi bastion. Tarun Gogoi fought elections from there. His brother is the incumbent member of parliament, and now Gaurav Gogoi is contesting elections. So clearly dynastic politics in that sense has creeped into Assam. The Gogoi family denies it, but it is a lot of that has in fact crept in into the state of Assam as well.
What about security considerations, Rishika? Are you seeing a lot of security deployment? There have been boycott calls in the past. Today is also the Alpha Foundation Day. What are you seeing on the ground?
Well, we have been speaking to voters all day, and the key issues are not very different from the key issues in the mainland. Whether it is issues of development, whether it is issues of anti-corruption, whether it is issues of women's safety, these are issues that are all pervasive, and all sections of the population, whether it is the young voters, whether it is first-time voters, or whether it is the older generations, they continue to believe that these are key issues even in this election. Of course, in addition to that, the flood situation in Assam, the tea plantation workers, the issue of erosion, all of these issues, the slightly more local issues, also dominate the discourse of this election. But on the whole, the plank of development definitely dominates the discourse in the state of Assam. But whether people will actually vote on the lines of development, or whether traditional voting patterns of caste, of religion will actually come into play in the state of Assam, is of course something that remains to be seen, a question that will perhaps only be answered on May the 16th.
Thanks, Rishika, for joining us from Jorhat, Assam.